Help Center Tutorials. How to add a product with variants. A product with variants is actually a group of products that are similar but are offered in different variants, for example, several sizes, colors, etc. Each variant of this product is a single stock keeping unit, SKU, and its inventory is independent of the products that are similar to it. Each product can have as many attributes as needed. In turn, each attribute can have as many variations as required. Each combination of attributes and declinations, therefore, forms a product variant. Example. For the product with variants, pant. The first attribute is the size. The variations of this attribute are S, M, and L. The second attribute is the color. The variations of this second attribute are red, blue, and black. Therefore, the first variant of the product is an S black pant, the second is an M black pant, the third an L black pant, the fourth is an S blue pant, etc. Without further ado, here's how to add your own product with variants on your Precision Systems catalog. Log into your Web Administrator interface. From the sidebar on the left of your screen, scroll down to the Settings section, then click on Parameters. Choose Products from the displayed sections. Then press the button Add to start creating your product. You will then be able to enter the required product information so that you can add it to your catalog store in Precision Systems. Start by inserting an image of your product, either by dragging one into the left field, browsing your computer's library by clicking on Select a File, or by activating the camera and taking a picture of it directly by clicking on Camera. In the field Title, give a name to your product. Example, jar. Note that this is the same title that will appear as the product name in your reports, inventory management, and on your sales screen. Continue by filling in the required fields up to the description one. For more assistance in filling out your product data fields and understanding the purpose of each field, we invite you to read the article, Understanding My Store Product Fields. Once you have finished filling in all the product information fields, choose Product with Variants from the two buttons displayed at the bottom of the form. In the field on the right, you can select an attribute to your product from the drop-down list or add one. For our example, we will add the attribute Material. Note that to add an attribute, simply type its title in the appropriate field and then press the Enter key on your keyboard. The attribute will be added to the ones proposed in the drop-down list. The same goes for its declinations or attributes variants at its right. You can select or add declinations to the attribute you have determined. For our example, we will add the following declinations: plastic, then terracotta, and last but not least porcelain. Once you have finished inserting your first attribute and its related declinations, you can repeat the operation as many times as necessary to add additional attributes and their variants or declinations, by clicking on +Add Attribute. To delete an attribute, simply click on the button illustrated with an X to the right of each attribute line. A list of variants will be formed as you add attributes and variations to your product. The variants displayed in this list will represent all the possible combinations and variations of your product. Example. The product, jar, with its first attribute that is material and that can be whether plastic, clay, or porcelain. And its second attribute that is size and that can be large or small. So the different combinations or variants of our product will be a large plastic jar, a small plastic jar, a large clay jar, a small clay jar, a large porcelain jar, and finally a small porcelain jar. You will be able to fill in the information for each of the variations in their dedicated fields. Note that you can choose to keep or remove a variant among those generated, by checking or unchecking respectively the checkboxes located on the right of each variation line. You can also choose to show or hide columns by clicking on Filter Columns at the top right of your variations list. Once you have finished inserting the required data, press Add Product at the end of the form, in order to validate the creation of the product and be able to find it in your catalog. To modify or add information to the products you have created, we invite you to read our article on how to modify a product in Precision Systems.